Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the previous videos, we learned what is the encapsulation, what is the inheritance, what is the polymorphism, and some of the keywords we learned in the previous videos. So today we are going to learn the abstractions, and some student asked me about abstractions classes, and they asked me like we have so many doubts and we don't have a clarity about abstractions. Can you explain me in that details like that? Some of the students asked me. So don't worry, I will be explain completely in a easy way, and I will try to explain in depth. And I'm making a two videos so that you will get a clarity. Divide it into the two parts, and here we will get two things to learn importantly. So I'm making a part one and part two so that you will get a clarity about this one. So let's go and learn what is abstractions. Before moving into the definition part, first we will understand like in a simple word, and we will try to understand in a normal way, then we will go to the definition part. So you guys are using your mobile phone, right? You are using your mobile phone, and you are pressing some of the apps, it is opening, and you are giving a fingerprint to unlock your mobile phone. And if you give your fingerprint, it is automatically unlocking. It's working, right? It is doing some works, right? But do you know how it is working inside, which algorithm is working there, and how the internal process will be? You guys know that one? No, right? That one is completely hidden from you, right? What you guys are seeing means you are giving a fingerprint and it is unlocking. That's it. You're not seeing how it is internally working, how it is processing, which algorithm, which methods are using, what are the techniques are using behind that one. You guys are completely unaware about it, right? You guys are don't know. Only you can see that you are giving a fingerprint, it is opening, means it is unlocking your phone. That's it, right? We can say this process as a abstractions, you can say, right? Means just you are seeing a necessary part, right? You are giving a fingerprint, it is unlocking your phone. That's it. You're just seeing a necessary thing, right? And that inside process and algorithms and methods and internally how it is working, those things are hidden from you, right? That thing we called as abstractions, we can say. Abstractions means you can see what is the necessary things, and you are hiding the rest of things. That thing we called as abstractions, right? We can call that as abstractions. Abstractions means hiding the internal implementation, we can say that, and showing only essential features to the user. The thing we call as abstractions. I'm going to tell you once again. You are giving a fingerprint, it is unlocking your phone, and internally how the what process is happening, what algorithm is using, what technologies are using, that are you don't know about those things. Means only necessary thing how much you are know that one, means you are giving a fingerprint, it is unlocking. That's it. Necessary things are only showing to you, and rest of the things are hidden from you, right? That thing we called as a abstractions, we can say. Abstractions means hiding the internal implementation and showing only essential features to the user. That thing we called as abstractions. In many applications you can see that only how much is necessary for the users, that much is only we are showing, right? We are not showing how it is working, which algorithm is using, how we are implementing that one, which technologies are using. No, that thing are not showing to the user, right? Only how much is necessary for the users, that much we are showing that one. That thing we called as abstractions. See here, abstractions is a process of hiding the internal details and showing only essential features. That thing we call as abstractions. Let's take some of the real world example. Let's take one car, right? You only know how to drive it, right? Like you need to start that one, you need to stop if you want to give the brake, and which one to use, what you know that things as right? You only know how to drive that one, right? That's it. But you don't know how the engine is working. If you press that one, how it is internally working, right? You don't know. That things are hidden, we call as abstractions. Let's take one more example. ATM, right? You will go to the ATM and you are withdrawing your money, right? And if you click on means there is a some of the process, right? You need to enter the, means you need to put the card and you need to enter the pin, and you need to how much amount you need, like you are withdrawing that one. That's it. You will get some of the amount, right? That one, that much, right? You know this much only, right? Internally how it is giving a exact that amount, how it is processing your card, how it is comparing your pin, how it is verifying your pin, that thing you don't know it. So ATM also we can call it as a, here we are using the abstractions concepts we can say. And I told you already phone, right, how it is unlocking, right? And let's take, you are dialing, right? You are dialing to your phone or you are connecting them, right? If you give dialing means you are, if you are dialing to your friend, it is connecting to exactly that person, right? You don't know what happening internally, right? That is completely hidden from you. That thing we called as abstractions. Only how much is needed for the user, that much only we are showing, and rest of the things are we are hiding from the user. That thing we called as abstractions. In Java, how we can achieve the abstractions means, we can achieve the abstractions in the two ways we can achieve. Using the abstract class, we can achieve that one, and using the interface concepts, we can achieve the abstractions. In the first class, we will learn the abstract class. In the second part, we are going to learn the interfaces concepts. So abstractions can be achieved in two ways, abstract class and interfaces. Sometimes both are asked in the interview, especially for the freshers. So let's go and understand what is the abstract class. Abstract class. We understand what is the abstractions, right? So now we will understand the what is abstract class. Abstract class means how we are returning the class, right? Like that only, but some of the things are changed here. We are giving a class name using the abstract. Here see abstract class, right? The class can be declared using the abstract keyword, that thing we called as the abstract class. So let's go and see how the abstract class will be look. So let's go, and here see, simply I'm going to tell one sentence, that's it. Abstract, then class we will give simply demo. See, the abstract class means this is a normal class, right? This is a normal class, right? We are declaring the class using a abstract class, that thing we called as a abstract class we can call. It is a normal class, right? Just if you are written class demo this much, it is a normal class. If you are declaring the class with the abstract key, then we can say that it is an abstract class. So it is a class we are declaring using the abstract keyword, that thing we called as the abstractions. In the abstraction class, what are the things we can have? Okay, I'm going to tell here itself what are the things are present in the abstract class. Okay. Okay, what are the things we can have in the abstract class means, we can have the abstract methods we can have. I'm going to tell you how we can write abstract methods. So we can have the abstract method, then we can have a normal methods also we can include in the abstract class. We can have the constructors, we can have a variables, right? We can have the final methods also, we can have the static methods also. Abstract class means it is a class declared using the abstract keyword. We can say that inside abstract class, what are the things we can include means, we can include the abstract methods, we can write a normal methods also, we can write a constructor, we can write a variables also, we can write a static methods, we can write a final methods. That thing we can include in the abstract class. Abstract class means it is a class declared using the abstract keyword. Then what are the things we have? We understand this much. Let's take why we need abstractions. Why we need abstractions? Why we need abstractions means, when you want to create a common blueprint, we can say, when you want to create a common blueprint, that time you are making use of abstract class. You don't want to implement everything in the parent class itself, you just want to give the blueprint, that's it. If you want to do that one, we are giving a abstract class. So let's go and okay, first we will understand the which one rules we will understand, then we will see how we can write that one, and we will understand in a better way. Why we need abstract class means, when you want to create a common blueprint, that time you can make use of the abstract class. You will understand why I am telling this one. So let's go and understand what are the rules of abstract class. What are the rules of abstract class? Say here, if a class has, even I told you what are things we can have. If within the class, if even one abstract method is there, that time you must declare the class as the abstract. inside this abstract class, if you are written one abstract method, let's take, if minimum one method, if you are written, let's take, if you are written one abstract method inside that class, you should make the class as a abstract. This is the rule, we can say that. Once again, I'm going to tell you, if the class has even one abstract method, you must declare that class as a abstract, we can say that. And second rule, what we can say is, you cannot create object of the abstract class because it is an incomplete one. We are just giving a what? Just we are giving a blueprint. We are just writing the abstract method. In the abstract method, we are not having a body. Abstract methods means just it is having a method signature, that's it. There is no body inside that one. We are calling as abstract method. I will give you one example. See here, we are having abstract class demo, right? Okay. Okay, I will remove this part. You will understand how what I told you first rule is. Okay. Okay. See here, if you are having a one abstract method, let's take, just I will give a void and display I'm going to tell. This is a method, right? If you are written this much, just method signature, that thing we can call as a abstract method. See, I'm going to tell you once again. See, if you are return a just method signature, that method we called as a abstract method, we can say, right? If you are given just this much also, just a method signature, if you are just written a method signature, and if you are just given this much, just a concrete method, if you are given this one also, we can call it as a abstract method because we are not returned any body here. That thing also we can call it as a abstract method, we can say, right? See here, we are having one abstract method. So if one method also present, one abstract method is also present, if at least minimum or even one abstract method is present in that class, then we need to make a class as a abstract. This is the first rule. Second rule is, you cannot create an object of that class because it is an incomplete one. So you cannot create a object of this class, you can say that. This is a second rule, sorry. You cannot create an object of the abstract class. This is a second rule. Then third one, we can say, in the abstract class, you can have the, I told you, right, what are the things we can have. In the abstract class, we can have abstracts method and the concrete method also we can have. And you can have the variable also, you can have the constructors also, you can have the variable, constructor, statics method, final method, those things you can have. You can have the abstracts methods, you can have a concrete method. Concrete method, I told you what is that one, right? Flower bracket, and there is no body inside that one. That thing we called as a concrete method, right? Let's take, if you are using a, you should inherit this class, right? If you want to do some of the operation, you need to inherit this one. And let's take it is a parent class, and let's take another class that is a child class. It is inheriting this one. So the child class should extends all the, means if the child class extends this abstract class, that time it should override all the abstracts method. What are the abstracts methods are present in the parent class, right? That all are should be overwritten in the child class. See, if a child class extends an abstracts method, it must override all the abstracts method. It should override all the abstract method, we can say. It is a parent class, we are having a one more class, it is extending this class. That time this child class must override all the abstracts method present in the parent class, right? You can create a child class object, right? Because you are overriding all the abstracts method, right? You can create a child class object, but you cannot create a object of the parent one, right? Because it is an abstract class. That is also one rule. If you are extending that abstract class, means you must override all the methods. Override means, already I told you, means we are changing the body, we are overriding that body, right? That is already present in the parent class, right? That thing we call as a method overriding, right? And you can have 0 or more abstracts methods also. Inside the abstracts class, you can have 0 or more abstracts method also be allowed here, right? If you are not return abstract method, that thing also are okay. That all the rules we can see. Let's say I'm going to tell you what are the rules. Rules means, if a class have even one abstract method, it must declare as abstract. I told you right here, right? Here I told you, right? Here I told you, right? If a class has even one abstract method, it must declare as a abstract, even if it is has a, see here, even if it is has a one abstract method, that time we are making it as a, see here, even if you are written as a, even if you are written one abstract method inside that class, you must declare the class as a abstract. You must give this keyword, right? Here also you can write abstract, but if you are given as a abstract here in front of class, no need to mention that one, right? Then second rule is you cannot create object of that class. I told you, right? You cannot create an object of that class because it is an incomplete one. And third rule, see here, abstract class and have abstracts method. Abstract methods. Abstracts method means there is no body, right? And you can have a concrete methods like a normal method with body or just a parent, a flower bracket, right? That thing also can be allowed here. And variable you can have, static methods you can have, and final methods you can have, right? Right. Fourth rule is if a child class extends and parent class, it must override all the abstract method. I told you. Here, if you are extending the abstract class means it must override all the abstracts method, right? I told you this one also, right? Let's see the syntax, what it is. Syntax of abstract class. Here, see here, if you are written just this much, it is a normal class. If you are using as a key, you should use the keyword called as abstract in front of a class that is act as a abstract. Then see here, we are given one method, right? Void abstract method name, and this one, this is a syntax. We can see that here, right? We are using here as a abstract keyword in front of method. This is also allowed. If you are not written here abstract, that is also okay. Here we can give the abstract method or normal methods, just a variable, constructor, static methods, final methods, those things you can give here. How the abstract class will be look like this. This is just a simple syntax, right? Okay. Then I already told you why we use the abstract class. If you want to just give the blueprint, that time we are using as a abstract class. So let's go and understand the coding part. You will get a more clarity about it. Then we will revise once again. Then you will get a much more clarity. So let's go and do the coding part. So let's take one example here. I will just give one basic example so you will get a clarity that time. Java series, right? Okay, I'm going to create one class called as animal. I will give animal. Okay, I'm going to click on. Okay, then see here, it is just a normal class look like this, right? It is just a normal class. If you are written this much, it is looking like a normal class. Let's take, we will give one method. Okay, we will give one abstract method. We will give. So see here, if you are written this much means, see here what it is going to indicate. See here, change the animal sound to abstract. Here, if you are written a abstract method, that time you make a class as a abstract. Then if you are written this method means give as abstract. See here, abstract. Here abstract method we are given and we are making a class as the abstract, right? So this is the abstract method and we can include a normal method also. I will give as a eat here, and I'm simply going to give one sentence. Animal eats food, I will give. Then I am going to create one more class called as a dog. I think so already dog class is present, so I'm give double G. Okay, so we are going to extends what? Extends which class we will give? We will give a animal class. See here, we are extending it to animal class, right? So if you are extending the abstract class, then you should override the abstract method. You should override the abstract method present in that class. So which method we are having? Sound, right? So we will override that one. So void, and which one we are given? Sound, I think so, right? Okay, yeah, sound. We are overriding the abstract method. See, error is gone, right? So you should override the what? You should override the abstract method. That is also a rule, right? So you should override the abstract method. See here, we are created one class and we are putting here one abstract method. So we are having abstract method. So that's why we are making a class as a abstract. Then we are writing one method here, and then here we are created one more class called as a dog. It is extending the animal class. So it is animal class is the type of abstract class. So that's why we need to override the abstract method present in that class. So here it is having a sound abstract method we are having. So we are overriding this one here. So let's go and we will create one more class called as a I will give abstract main. I will give demo. Then here, okay, ABS. Okay, then we will click on public static void main string of ours. Then here I'm going to see here. I told you we cannot create an object of the animal class, right? See, just to show you, I'm trying to create a object of that class animal A equal to new animal. We cannot create a object of the abstract class. See here, cannot instantiate the, see here, error, it is throwing an error. See here, you cannot instantiate the, you cannot instantiate the type of animal because it is abstract class, so you cannot create object of that class. Going to create an object of the dog class. So let's go create a dog class object, new, and here a dog. So we have created a object of the dog class. So d dot which methods are there, sound method is there, and one more present in the animal, right? So that one is we are inheriting that one, right? So we will save this program and we will go and we will run this one. Dog bows animal, it's a foot. This is about a simple example here. See here, animal class is just like a blueprint. Means just it is given a method body. There is means method signature. There is no body inside that one, right? Different animal sounds differently. So we are just giving as a blueprint here. We are not return any body here, right? That thing we called as a, here we can say that animal is like a blueprint, right? So here we will create one more class called as a dog. It is like a real thing. We can say that here dog is means dog must define the missing details that is present in the animal class. What it is missing here, the void sound, here the body is missing, right? Means it is abstract method, so body is missing. So here we are giving the body, right? So we are overriding that method and we are giving a body, right? So if you are creating a cat class, if you are extending to the animal class, then you should override that method void sound, you should override. So sound is completely different for different animals, so that's why we are just giving as a blueprint. There is no body, right? That thing. So let's take one more example. So I'm going to create a one more called as a vehicle. I'm going to create. So vehicle already present, so I'm given a double E here. So let's go. I will give a method, one method, STA or start. Start is completely different for different vehicles. So I'm making as a, just giving a method signature. So you are making as a, excuse me, abstract. I'm making a method as a abstract. So if you are written one method also as a abstract, you should make a class as the abstract. So we are making here. Then here we will create one more method called as a stop, and here I'm making it as a abstract. Okay, then I will create one more method called as a void fuel. Then here I'm giving a body. It is like a normal method. We are giving here all vehicle needs fuel. I'm just saving it here. See here we are given a two abstract method, we are given a normal method, and here we are making a class as abstract because in this class we are having abstract method, so that's why we are making a class as a abstract. So let's create one more class called as a bike. We will give bike. So bike we will create bike, then here finish, and here we will extends we will give a vehicle. Then here if you are extending means you should override all the abstracts method present inside that one. So I'm overriding the start method. So here I'm making here as a bike starts with a kick. I'm going to give this one. So then one more we are having a abstract method, that is a stop method. You should override all the abstracts method present in that class. So it is throwing an error, so that's why. So we need to override all the methods. So let's go and give here bike. I will give stops using brakes. I'm going to give. Then I'm saving here. See, we are override all the abstracts method, so it is not giving an error. If you are remove one method here, see here, I will remove this part. See, it is throwing an error because you should override all the abstracts method present inside the class. So see here, we are extending the vehicle, so that's why whatever the vehicle inside the class, whatever the abstracts methods we are having, you should override all the methods, right? So we did that part. So let's go and create one more class called as we will just give as a test. I'm going to give. Then here I'm finishing this one and should not do that part. So then v dot start we are having, then v dot stop we are having. Okay, it means again dot stop we are having, right? So we will having one more method, that is a fuel. Okay, we will save this one and we will run. See here, bike starts with a kick, bike stops using the brakes, and all vehicles needs a fuel. See here, I'm going to tell you vehicle, it is like a every vehicle, what are the things are need, like it is every vehicle starts and stop dot thing we are giving here, and but we are not telling how it is starting, how it is stopping, just we are given a method signature, that's it. And here the just it is like a blueprint, that's it. Here we are actual return the content, how the bike will be starts and how the bike will be stopped. Here bike extends the vehicle, so in the vehicle what are the abstracts classes, abstracts methods are there, that thing you should override, otherwise it is throw you an error. So it is a specific implementation, we can say that, right? So let's say here we can achieve the abstractions using the abstract key, right? Using the abstract key we learn how we can do that one. In the next class we are going to learn the how we can achieve the abstract using the abstractions using the interface keyword, using the interface concepts, how we can achieve that one. So let's go and understand once again what is the abstractions. See here, abstractions means giving only essential function and hiding the internal implementation, or we can say that showing only essential functions to the user and we are hiding the rest of the things from the user. That thing we can call as abstractions. Just remember like this ATM, just you are putting your card and you are entering the amount, you are entering the pin and you are taking the amount, that's it, right? It is showing only how much you, means it is showing only essential things, that's it. It is not showing any extra things, it is not showing any extra things. And it is hiding the internal implementation, and it is hiding the internal things, which algorithm, which technology, how it is working, everything is hidden from you, right? So just think about it. Only it is showing essential functions or features. That's it. It is hiding the rest of the things. That thing we called as abstractions. Just remember this one and remember the real world example. And how to achieve the abstractions means in the two way we can achieve using the abstract class keyword. Using the abstract class as using the interface concepts. And in the abstract class means what it is like just a class, but we are declared using the abstract keyword. So that thing it is acting as abstract class. Inside that abstract class, we can have the abstracts method, like concrete methods or the normal methods or the constructors or the variables or the statics members or the variables. Static members are the final methods you can have. And we understand the what are the rules of abstract class. Like if the class having the abstract method, then that time make a class as the abstract, right? That we understand, that is the first rule. And we cannot create object of that abstract class. This is the second rule we can say. And the third rule, what are the things we can have inside that abstract class. And the fourth rule is like if the child class extending the parent class, that is the parent class is abstract class, then you should override all the abstracts method present inside that one. And what is the syntax of abstract class, we understand using the abstract keyword we are giving as a class, and here the class name we are given, and we are written some of the abstracts method, normal methods, what are the things are required, those things we are writing here inside the abstract class. And why we use means if you want to give just a blueprint, that time you can make use of the abstract class, means you are giving a blueprint inside one class and you are giving a implementations in the another class. That time you can make use of the abstract classes. And we understand the coding part also, right? In the coding part we understand the two examples, right? Using the animal classes and using the vehicle classes, right? And real world, in real world you can remember the phone also, you can remember the car also, you can remember the ATM also. That is about the abstraction class part 1. In the part 2 we will understand using the interface concepts how we can achieve the abstractions. So see you in the next